Yo, it's your boy WesTheTech here to bring you another one of my personal favorite tech tips to help you as an artist run your craft. Now today we're gonna go over 5 reasons why Landr is actually better than Distrokid, all right? Now, if you're a recording artist who's possibly considering using Landr as your music distribution service, then this is the perfect video for you, because in this video, I'm gonna go over 5 great reasons why Landr is actually better than the leading distribution service on the market, Distrokid. All right. Now, before I continue, I definitely want to let you guys know about my free music business checklist tool that's available to download off of my website right now. This is for any one of you guys who's looking into starting your own music business, but don't quite know where to start. With this free tool, you'll actually be able to identify 3 things that you could do right away to start your own music business. So if you want to grab that free tool today, you can click on the link above. I'll also leave the link in the descriptions below. All right. Now, some of you guys may only know Landr as the AI mastering service. All right. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like Landr is the leading place to actually use AI mastering. The reason I feel that way is because they've been doing it the longest. I feel like they have the most advanced and the most sophisticated AI mastering tool on the market. I know ever since AI has been getting bigger and bigger, there's so many other companies that do this now, but Landr, I still feel like, is #1 when it comes to that. Now, a lot of people don't even know that Landr actually does offer music distribution services as well. And you guys will be surprised to find out that their music distribution service is actually better than Distrokid, which is leading the actual market, right? In this video, I wanted to highlight that for you guys, and I wanted you guys to understand the 5 most important reasons why Landr is actually better than Distrokid. So we're just gonna jump right into it, all right? So the first reason why Landr is better than Distrokid is quite simply the most important thing that we as artists care about: the price, all right? When you're looking at the price of Landr versus Distrokid, Landr's Distribution Pro plan is only $44.99, all right? Versus the most comparable Distrokid plan, which is actually $39.99. Now, before you guys go crazy, I do know math, and I understand that if you're looking at these 2 prices, Landr is actually $5 more than Distrokid. But what's not talked about yet is the YouTube Content ID. If you guys watch my videos, you guys know how important YouTube Content ID is, and you guys know how I feel about it. You guys know that there is no way out of it. You absolutely need YouTube Content ID. It's not maybe. No, you absolutely need YouTube Content ID to protect your music on YouTube. The great thing about Landr is YouTube Content ID is actually included in that $44.99. When it comes to Distrokid, however, it is not. With Distrokid, you actually have to pay additional for YouTube Content ID, and YouTube Content ID with Distrokid gets very, very expensive. Why? Because it is $4.95 per single per year to keep YouTube Content ID, and it's $14.95, yes, $15 per album per year to keep YouTube Content ID for albums. As you can see, this can get very expensive very, very quickly. If you release 10 songs within a year, right, that is an additional $50 every year just to keep YouTube Content ID with Distrokid. And if you do albums and so on and so forth, that number could get very, very high. And think about it, guys. As you continue to release music, that number is just going to get higher and higher, right? If I do 3 songs this year, 6 songs next year, and then 3 more songs the following year, I now have 12 songs that I'm paying every year for. You get what I'm saying? It's only going to go up and up from there. So once you incorporate YouTube Content ID, we're looking at no comparison when it comes to prices, because with Landr, you save so much because YouTube Content ID is automatically included at no extra charge, all right? So when we're looking at the price, yes, you're looking at 44 versus 39, but I promise you guys, once you add YouTube Content ID, which is mandatory, it's not optional, Distrokid is far more expensive than Landr, and this is the most important reason why I feel like Landr is way better than DistroKid once you incorporate YouTube Content ID. But there are 4 other great reasons that I'm also going to go over, and the next one is actually the cancellation process. Now, a lot of times we don't like to talk about it because we hope that the music distribution company we pick, we hope that we stay there a long time. But if for any reason that we did need to cancel that annual premium, let's say we can't pay that $44.99 anymore when it comes to Landr. Well, the awesome thing about Landr is even if you cannot pay for it anymore, your music will actually stay up on all your DSPs. It'll stay up on Spotify, it'll stay up on Apple Music, and it won't be removed even if you cannot pay the annual premium anymore. All right. When it comes to DistroKid, you actually have to opt in to leave a legacy in order for you to keep your music up. If you do not opt in to leave your legacy, your music will automatically be removed the moment you cannot pay for it anymore. Now, the problem with Leave a Legacy is that it is actually an additional cost. Leave a Legacy, to opt into it per song, is $29. Per album is $49. So you actually have to pay an additional cost to protect your music from actually being taken down if you cannot pay their annual premium. That's crazy to me, especially since the annual premium is $39. You mean to tell me I have to pay $39 a year, then every time I release a song, I have to pay an additional $29 to protect each song? And then I have to pay for the YouTube Content ID as well. The add-ons on DistroKid makes it so difficult to keep up with financially, especially when you have other great distribution companies out there like Landr. So when it comes to the cancellation process, it's nowhere in comparison. Landr, like I said, your music stays up unless you personally want the music taken down. That's when it will be taken down. Versus DistroKid, you literally have to pay extra to keep it up with the Leave a Legacy program. All right. Now, I will mention this about Landr. When you can't pay the annual premium anymore, what they will then do is they will transition the plan into a 85-15 split, meaning that you will keep 85% moving forward and they will keep 15%, right? It'll once you contact them and tell them that you can't pay it anymore, that's what it'll transition to. Now, I don't want you guys to think that this makes it worse, because that's still better than your song being removed unless you opt into DistroKid's Leave a Legacy. And the great thing about that is, if for any reason with Landr, if for any reason you feel like you could start paying it again, all you got to do is contact them. They'll switch it back to the annual $44.99 and switch it back to the 100% royalties that it is from the start. All right. So Landr, when it comes to the cancellation process, is much, much better. I feel like every distribution company should honestly follow this model, right? Let's just say your card declines and you got a new card, but you forgot to update it with DistroKid. They will literally cancel and remove all of your music if you forget to update it with them. With Landr, they're not going to do that. They're going to keep it up. They're just going to change the plan. And then it's just one phone call. Hey, I forgot about this card, so on and so forth. Can we change it back? And your music is protected the whole time. DistroKid, you could lose your music just like that if you forget to update your payment information. You get what I'm saying? Landr is much, much better when it comes to the cancellation process than DistroKid when you're looking at these two companies. Now, the third thing that makes Landr better than DistroKid is when you're dealing with new DSP deliveries, all right? When it comes to new DSP deliveries, Landr will automatically deliver your music that you distribute with them to new DSPs, all right? So Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, right? Tidal, all of these DSP services. Let's say there's a new service that comes out, right? At one point, we only had Spotify, then Apple Music came, then Deezer came, then Tidal came. There's so many different, and they're being released and they're coming out all the time with newer ones and newer ones. The cool thing about Landr is they don't charge you extra for it. They will automatically deliver it to the new DSP. Versus DistroKid, yes, you guys probably guessed it. You have to pay an additional cost for this because this is also an add-on. You actually would have to pay $7.95 per year to have that single to have that single actually updated, to have that single updated and moved on to the new DSP. To me, this is ridiculous. Right? Why? Because you mean to tell me I have to pay $8 a year even though there hasn't been a new DSP to come out? So I don't know when the next DSP is coming out. Let's say the next DSP comes out 10 years from now. You mean to tell me I got to pay $8 every year per song? That way, once that new DSP comes out, now my song will be on there. That's absolutely ridiculous. There shouldn't be a cost for this anyway, but this is another reason why Landr is a cut above Distrokid, because you actually don't have to pay extra for that. Landr will just automatically do it. Every distribution company should be like that. They should automatically do it because you're paying the premium anyway, right? You're paying the premium so that your music is on all the DSPs. So Distrokid, they'll say, yeah, we'll distribute your music to all the platforms. But if a new platform comes and you don't opt into this extra $8, your music won't be on all platforms. It'll just be on all the platforms that it was when you signed up for it, right? This is another reason why I feel like Landr is a much, much better distribution service than Distrokid. Now, the fourth reason why I feel that Landr is better than Distrokid, it may not be something that you all deal with, but it's still better in this case, and that is cover song licensing. If you do cover songs as an artist, Landr is far more superior than Distrokid off of cost alone, all right? Why I say that? Because when you're looking at Landr, it's only a one-time fee of $15 to get a cover song license per song. Now, that is absolutely great. You guys got to understand that most distribution companies don't even offer cover song licensing. I can count on one hand of the companies that do. Landr and Distrokid are two of those five, right? But with Landr, it's only a $15 fee per song to actually get that cover song license. And once you have it for good, right? Distrokid, however, is much, much different. When it comes to cover song licensing, it's actually $12 per year to not only get the cover song license per song, but you also have to pay that $12 every year following to keep the cover song license, right? That ends up being far greater than Landr, meaning that if you have a cover song license with Distrokid for 5 years, that $12 now becomes $60. You see what I'm saying? It ends up, and it keeps getting higher and higher and higher as long as you have that cover song on a DSP service. Versus Landr, you pay the $15 one time and be done with it. You don't have to pay extra again, right? This is what makes Landr, again, better than Distrokid, because there's a lot of things that should just already come with the plan and we shouldn't have to pay extra for, that Distrokid is out here charging extra for. Distrokid literally charges extra for almost everything. They only market the standard price to you, but they don't tell you about all of these different add-ons that you have to pay extra for. That should automatically come with it since you're paying the premium anyway, all right? But that's the fourth thing. Cover song licenses, Landr is much better than Distrokid because it's a one-time fee of $15 versus $12 per year per song, which is crazy, all right? Now, the final thing, the fifth thing, and the thing that a lot of people really don't care about until it matters is customer service. Me personally, this is very, very important. If I am paying a distribution company to distribute my music, I need to be able to get in contact with them when I'm having issues, get in contact with them if I'm having any trouble whatsoever with my music being released with them. With Landr makes this super, super easy. Landr is so great with their customer service. You actually get to speak to people, and they actually can guarantee that they will get in contact with you within 24 hours of when you request to speak to them. This is amazing. This might be this is great. You know, there's not many distribution companies that can do that. When it comes to Distrokid, let's just say I'm still waiting. And what I mean by that is there are trouble tickets. There are support tickets that I'm still waiting on answers from when it comes to Distrokid. There's a huge issue I'm having right now with them when it comes to a lot of different things. And I have these open tickets and they haven't responded yet. I've been waiting weeks at this point. To this point, I'm trying to find other ways around it. This is very dissatisfying to a customer. Any customer would be dissatisfied with a company that you're paying money to and you can't get a hold of nobody when you're having issues with it, especially when you're paying extra for YouTube content ID. You're paying extra for new DSP deliveries. You're paying extra for Leave a Legacy. You're paying extra for cover song licensing. You're paying all of these add-ons for all of these different things, but then when I need to get a hold of you, I can't even reach you. That is absolutely absurd to me. This is one of the biggest things that hinders Distrokid, and I feel like this is one of the great things about Landr that really uplifts them and puts them a cut above Distrokid when it comes to just the customer service alone. They're really, really great with it. I've only heard great things about their customer service, so I felt like this was an important thing to mention. Again, I know a lot of people don't care about this until it's time to care about it, right? But those are the 5 reasons why I feel like Landr is better than Distrokid. It kind of speaks for itself. Obviously, when you're looking at the cost year to year, Landr is far cheaper than Distrokid and also just better altogether. There's nothing that you're getting from Distrokid that you won't get with Landr, but Landr has some things that just is a cut above. You guys probably know, if you don't know, Distrokid actually now has an AI mastering tool program now too. You can actually get your music mastered with them. It is so small. It's a little widget, and you got a couple of knobs, as you can see right here. It's very small. Versus Landr, this is the most sophisticated thing you'll find out there when it comes to AI mastering tools. You get what I'm saying? So it's like Landr is better in so many more areas than Distrokid, and it's cheaper. So honestly, these two music distribution companies shouldn't even be compared, but I felt like I needed to compare them because everybody feels that Distrokid is one of the best on the market. But when you have companies like Landr out there, it's no comparison. So if you're asking me, should you go with Landr, I would actually recommend Landr. Yes, go with Landr, especially over Distrokid. We shouldn't even be talking about Distrokid. Landr is definitely one of the top music distribution companies on the market. All right, I've actually been able to sign up with them. Look at all the things that they have to offer personally, and I can tell you guys, it is a very, very great music distribution company. Now, if you guys want to check it out, right, I am, I have to be honest with you guys, I am part of their referral program. All right, so if you want to look into Landr more and you want to sign up with them, all right, there is a link. You can click on the link above. It'll send you directly to their page, and it'll get you started with them. All right, that's if you guys actually do want to sign up with them, but I promise you won't be disappointed if you do sign up with them off of their music distribution service. If you want to deal with their AI and all the other stuff that they offer, that's cool as well. But when I'm talking about just music distribution, Landr is literally one of the top music distributions on the market, and I feel that everybody in the world needs to know that. All right, but that's pretty much it. That's what this video was about. I'll also leave that referral link in the descriptions below if you guys want to click on it in the descriptions as well. But yeah, Landr is better than Distrokid. All right, I hope that this has quelled your concerns about Landr, if you do have any concerns about it. But if there's any additional things that you guys may have questions about, or whatever the case may be, when it comes to Landr, please, let's be heard. Put your comments in the comment section so I can hear them, maybe answer them, maybe pass it over to Landr, see if I could get in contact with them. Whatever the case may be, we're growing as a community, so anything that you may know about Landr, leave it in the comments, because everybody should be in the know. All right, but that's pretty much it, guys. That's what this video was about. All right, I hope that this will help you guys make a decision. And before I let you guys go, I definitely want to let you guys know about my book here, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. This book is literally the roadmap to being at a 9-to-5 job to now doing music full-time. I've been doing music full-time for years now, and the way that I was able to do that was with these 13 steps that's provided in this book. I have it as ebook, I have it as physical copies. If you're tired of that 9-to-5 job and you want to be able to do music full-time for the rest of your life, you need to grab this book, because this will solve that problem for you. All right, it solved it for me, and now I'm here doing music, and I've been doing music full-time for years. I want the same thing for every single one of you guys who watches my video. All right, so make sure you pick that up as well, and I hope this helped you guys with your decision making with Landr, and I'll see you guys next week with another great tech tip. All right, guys, later. I feel like Moses, big Moses. Yeah. Can nobody hold me? Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling like Daniel, Big Daddy. Yeah. Can nobody face me? Yeah. I feel like Joseph. Then Joseph. Yeah. Can't nobody